most of you watching this will never escape. You'll nod, agree, then crawl back into mediocrity. That is your destiny, to remain prey. But a rare few, less than 1 in 1,000, will go deeper. They will not just watch. They will burn the old self and rise into something unrecognizable. For them, this video is not content. It is the ritual. Here's how it will go. Part 1, the herd's last chance. 3 brutal techniques powerful enough to lift you above mediocrity. But Part 2 is not for everyone. It is the Ascension Protocol. 3 forbidden mental rituals that exist nowhere else in the world. They will fracture you, rebuild you, and leave you permanently changed. This is the point of no return. Look into the mirror until you no longer see you. See only the upgraded version, the one who has already solved, conquered, ascended. Your brain rewires to that identity because it cannot separate imagination from reality. 2. The pattern assassin. The herd drowns in loops: wake, scroll, work, sleep, repeat. Every 3 days you cut one unconscious habit apart. Switch the order. Break the rhythm. Each break forces your brain to grow new pathways, while theirs rot in predictability. Most minds are cluttered, noisy, weak. Yours becomes a blade. Take chaos and force it into one law, one sentence. Repeat this until your brain slices through confusion like steel through flesh. This is the last chance for the average. Strong enough to rise above the herd, but nowhere near enough to ascend into the forbidden. If you are still here, you have chosen. This is not information. This is mutation. The following are not techniques. They are psychological weapons, rituals of the mind. Once you absorb them, the old identity cannot survive. The weak avoid failure. They treat it like poison. You will do the opposite. You will overdose on it. Here's the ritual. Take every betrayal, every humiliation, every collapse in your life. Now invert them. Write them as victories, not someday, but as if they already were. That lost relationship, proof you were destined to rise alone. That financial disaster, evidence your survival is unbreakable. That rejection, a hidden filter removing the weak from your path. Why does this work? Because your brain cannot hold pain and empowerment in the same memory. When you engineer collapse into revelation, you trigger neural storming, an explosion of new connections. This is how ordinary minds shatter, and genius is born. Inside you lives the shadow architect. It is not polite, not moral, not restrained. It is the ruthless part of you that builds without fear of judgment. The invocation. Give it a name, a voice, a presence. When you face impossible decisions, let the architect decide. When you create, let the architect design. When you speak, let the architect answer. This is more than imagination. This is controlled possession. And when done long enough, you dissolve hesitation. You dissolve weakness. The shadow architect rewires you into something rare, a being that bends reality instead of obeying it. But a warning. Once you invoke it, you will feel the fracture, and you will never again be one person. You will be two, and that second one will never sleep. Most people think linearly. One thought, one line, one weakness. You will become something else. Here is the ritual. Record your voice describing one idea. Play it back while writing a second. Overlay them and play both while speaking a third. Repeat until you are surrounded by your own storm. An orchestra of thoughts colliding, folding, converging. At first you will drown, but soon your brain adapts. And you unlock parallel cognition, the ability to hold multiple realities, multiple timelines, multiple solutions at once. This is not focus. This is infinity. The convergence of echoes until you no longer think like a human, but like a swarm, like a system, like a god. Once you touch this, you can never return. You will be permanently expended, unstoppable, alien, incomprehensible to the herd. Now you stand on the threshold. Part 1 lifted you above the herd. Part 2 ripped you out of humanity itself. If you felt the pull, if you felt your old identity cracking while watching this, then you already know this is only the beginning. The question is, do you want to stop here? Or do you want to descend further into darker, sharper, more forbidden levels of psychology that no one else dares reveal? If your answer is yes, then subscribe. Not as a casual act, not as entertainment, but as a declaration that you are done being prey, that you will continue this transformation until nothing human remains. The herd will click away and rot. The chosen will subscribe and keep walking deeper. The choice is yours.